Rachel Zegler is at it again.
I really do believe that. There's something wrong with her. She's disturbed. She's unhappy.
I have learned the hard way that we have to be fearless and loud in order to be heard and to prepare for the backlash that occasionally comes with that outspokenness.
The reality is she's just not stable. Like the majority of people in Hollywood, they're just not stable things.
I think people will just do anything to not acknowledge that respect is earned and not just given to you in life.
I never want it to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have. I can also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing people would stop sending me death threats.
Right. Every time that a celebrity gets like one DM that says KYS, they're like, I'm getting death threats. Someone save me, but not a prince. Don't
anybody but a prince.
Don't you dare save me.
She's like, I'm getting these death threats, and the cops were like, well, save yourself. Like,
yeah, you're a girl boss, aren't you?
I saw that interview. Save yourself.
Boom! Evita's just hit the wall hard. The producers flat out bankrupt. We're talking Chapter 11, $12 million deep in the red. And guess what? They're not even hiding who they blame.
Zegler has been labeled a PR nightmare, and we can see why. The Walt Disney Company seems to be trying to keep her totally hidden, as we haven't seen any interviews regarding Snow White since the controversies surfaced. Of course, people now are just waiting for her next slip-up. What other outrageous thing will she say? But I have a suspicion that Zegler is getting some serious brainwashing media training, so she can keep saying the same thing.
Rachel Zegler is catching all the heat for nuking the box office. Imagine this. You're rehearsing under flashy marquee lights, feeling like a star, then boom. Next morning, you wake up to court papers screaming bankruptcy blitz. The headlines? Brutal. Cameras already circling outside the courthouse like vultures. And the paperwork? It's all public. Slow, painful page after page, breaking down how one massive boycott spiraled into Broadway's fastest crash out.
Like, I'm the first to admit when I saw her interviews, I hated her. I was like, ew, how snide. Ugh, how condescending. And then I was like, well, wait, she's acting it up. They told her to do that. You can't tell me this young woman was cast in such an iconic role and went, thanks, I hate it. No, let's use our brains. We have been pushing girl boss, girl boss, girl boss, strong women, strong, strong, strong. We've been pushing that for so long. They tell her to give us that and we shit on her. I don't know. I just feel like that's so goddamn mean.
Behind the scenes, the buzz is wild. Word is the first shockwave hit at exactly 10:53 p.m. last night when docket number 23BK0413 popped up in the federal system, tagged with a red voluntary stamp that might as well scream Mayday. But here's where it gets crazy. Item 3 in the filing spells it out. Material adverse change, principal performer controversy. That's legal talk for somebody's drama wrecked the whole damn thing. Basically, they're saying Zegler's meltdown didn't just make headlines, it shook the investors' wallets. And just wait till you hear who's owed cash. The creditor list, pure chaos. We're talking billionaire collectors, risky hedge fund maniacs, and even one ex-NFL quarterback trying to flex some Broadway street cred. Forget emotions. This dude brought his Super Bowl rings and his money to the table first. A confidential spreadsheet just leaked, and it's lit up like a rave. Neon highlighters everywhere, exposing the cold, brutal numbers. Weekly cash burn, $93,000. Refund debt, $2.4 million and climbing. If this train wreck dragged all the way to Labor Day, they'd be short over $7 million. It's that bad.
What is it like for you now, having all of this? I think it's a lot of pressure, right?
It's definitely a lot of pressure, but I surround very good people who keep me grounded and try to just stay as true to myself as I possibly can.
One confused fan on X said it best. Bro, that box office line looks like GameStop in reverse. Brutal. Another dropped a meme of a half-sunk yacht with the words, refund maiden voyage, slapped over it. Boat going down, life vests drifting away like lost hopes. Savage. And while the internet roasts the fallout behind those fancy glass office walls, it's chaos. You can almost taste the panic and overpriced espresso. 3 of the show's biggest backers jumped on a crisis Zoom call at 7 a.m. sharp. Leaked screenshots show tired Wall Street titans in hoodies, eyes bagged up, sitting under a PowerPoint labeled Project Salvage. One bullet point, straight up circled in red. explore litigation against lead talent for brand sabotage. They weren't playing. Mics muted, coffee cups stacked, and whispers say one Silicon Valley billionaire got so heated, he slammed the table so hard his webcam actually bounced.
Partner in crime and one of the most entitled.
I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Toxic.
I'm a narcissist.
Man-hating.
She's not gonna be safe for the prince.
Nasty. The last part, her words. Who single-handedly actually annoyed everyone so bad they skipped this mess. Well,
the screenshot cuts off right above the name, but you can see a blurry silver watch and one furious fist. Were you in that room? Would you drag the star who tanked your Broadway dreams into court, or just take the L, blame the market, and go all in on crypto? Keep scrolling through the bankruptcy papers and you'll hit a creditor list longer than your fantasy football roster. Lighting company owed $97,000. Wardrobe supplier down $72,000. VIP ticket broker $109,000 plus interest. But here's the real gut punch: payroll's behind by 3 weeks. That means the ushers, the costume fitters, and even the pit musicians might be going home empty-handed this Friday. That's cold. And the crew, they're already talking. A stagehand posted a TikTok from a pitch-black backstage hallway, phone light shaking over dusty props. You hear this tired voice say, "We rehearsed for what?" The comments went nuts. "Strike incoming! Burn it down! I'll buy those set pieces on eBay." Someone even asked, "Would you still go if tickets were $5?"
So, what's it like to be in a movie with Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu?
It's great. Okay? It's great. I'm honored. I don't know why I sound so angry right now. I'm honored. Am I a psychopath? No, I've been getting a lot of questions about, like, how do I feel? I feel amazing. We start kind of soon, and I'm just like...
Meanwhile, across town, the suits are scrambling. Producers are cooking up what insiders are calling the Blame Game Bulletin. A junior PR rep leaked the draft. It opens with unforeseen publicity crisis tied to principal performer. Right underneath that, a sticky note, jagged yellow with blue ink scrawled, Plan B, insurance claim. The twist? The policy doesn't cover talent misconduct. If that exclusion holds, forget the Hollywood comeback. This turns into a courtroom ghost story fast. One leaked Slack message shows a panicked exec slamming down a denied stamp gif with full-on sad trombone sound. And Rachel Zegler, she's not waiting around to be the fall girl. She lawyered up with bankruptcy beast Max Firewall Ferraro, his hourly rate, more than the show grosses in a week. An $800K retainer invoice, typed up in clean serif font, even made it to Reddit. Her fans, applauding the counterattack. The critics, already barking, those lawyer fees, wild. It's like buying front row luxury seats on a lifeboat that's already halfway underwater. Inside some sleek Manhattan high-rise, Ferraro, aka the legal pit bull, allegedly looked the producers dead in the eye and called them financial arsonists. Then he dropped the mic with a promise. Scorched earth discovery coming in hot.
I get taken out of context, and I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that because that's what my whole existence on the internet is just me being taken out of context and stuff.
And yeah, there's audio, a muffled Zoom clip leaked online. It's glitchy, distorted, but that voice, bold, cocky. If you listen real close, you'll hear a sarcastic laugh right before he says, "See you at deposition, gentlemen. Real or AI spoof? You tell me, but buckle up because the story only gets messier." The internet hasn't crowned just one villain in this saga. A change.org petition called Save the Crew, Not the Show, shot past 75,000 signatures overnight. The subheadline, Pay workers first, argue later. People are heated. Even DraftKings jumped in, opening a novelty betting line on whether Evita's mess would reopen by Christmas. Sports radio went nuts with it. One host even said, "This got more twists than an overtime shootout." You already know that line's spiking every time Rachel trends. And where there's chaos, there's sharks. A mystery creditor group, rumored to include that retired quarterback again, is circling. offering to grab the show's leftovers for dirt cheap. Their plan? Rebrand it as Evita, reloaded starring an AI-aged diva performing through hologram projectors. Sounds insane. But wait, there's more. A certain mega streaming service, the one with the bold red N, is sniffing around film rights. Leaked documents say they want a docuseries titled Curtain Crash, 3 episodes, 7 interview seats. But there's one non-negotiable. Rachel's exclusive tell-all has to be in it. The wildest twist? Producers now have to chase the same star they blamed just to squeeze value out of the wreckage. This isn't just a Broadway fail, it's about to be a business school case study.
I can't believe it. I very much had no interest in seeing Rachel Zegler in any movies heading into this. And watching this made me forget that I really don't like her as an actress.
Back on 46th Street, it's a straight-up ghost town. A wrinkled bankruptcy notice flaps in the wind, taped to the locked theater doors like a final warning. Over at the Horseshoe Bar, a bartender snaps a moody pic, empty marquee lights, police barricades in the reflection, city rain pooling under that sad neon glow. His caption? End scene. 2 steps away, under dripping umbrellas, union reps are already plotting their next move. Picket schedule in progress. A stage manager leans into a lapel mic and whispers, "If paychecks bounce, we walk by noon." Meanwhile, the camera crews are sweeping past massive posters of Rachel in full Evita glam. But now, they've been tagged with sticky note graffiti, canceled queen, boycott boomerang, savage. Then just before lunch, the bankruptcy judge signs an emergency order giving the producers access to a debtor-in-possession loan. Translation, a fast $10 million cash dump with a brutal 15% interest rate. That's a Broadway payday loan. Line 28 of the court transcript even reads, "The debtor asserts ticket sales may rebound, should public sentiment shift." The judge leaned in and hit him with a "on what basis?" Then came dead silence, so awkward it could freeze a subway rat mid-run. That exact moment is now a meme. Black and white still of the judge's face with the caption, "When your plan is vibes." And in the world of numbers, sports betting bots caught on quick. Every time the number sign boycott tag trended, the odds of Evita reopening by Christmas dipped, 0.5 point at a time. The guys feeding that data, yeah, you know who you are. Over on Discord, some brainy analysts built a heat map that looks like a Wall Street candlestick chart. Each boycott surge marked as a bright red candle of doom. One commenter summed it up. Feels like shorting a meme stock, but with velvet curtains and orchestra seats. You're gonna see that chart before this all wraps up. Those green bars flipping red quicker than a traffic light stuck on full panic mode. As sunset bounces off glassy skyscrapers, the producers try to take control. They launch a live stream called State of the Curtain. 500,000 people click in. But guess what? The stream buffers, then crashes. Instantly, conspiracy heads light up. They blacked it out on purpose. When it finally loads, the executive producer's already sweating through his shirt, reading a dry apology off a script to the cast and crew. Then, bam, he pivots. Our reorganization plan assumes a collaborative path forward with Ms. Zegler. Translation, they still need her name to move numbers. Maybe not tickets, but definitely clicks. The live chat explodes. Pick a side! She wrecked it. Now she's saving it? It's chaos. A full-blown snake eating its own tail plot twist. Rachel? She claps back with one cryptic Instagram story. A dim-lit dressing room mirror, her Evita costume just hanging there. Text reads, "I will not be your scapegoat." Boom. 10 million views in 2 hours. One fan comments, "Girl, buy the theater and turn it into a karaoke bar." Another says, "Plot twist, she stages Evita in Fortnite." At this point, social media's running the narrative, and reality's struggling to keep up. Behind the scenes, the producers start scrambling. Are they offering her a piece of the profits? A fat deal to keep quiet? Who knows? The court's automatic stay blocks lawsuits for now, but the algorithm won't shut up. By 7 p.m. sharp, union trucks pull up with full protest gear. Signs read, "Pay crew first" and "Boycott backfired." News drones hover above, filming overhead shots of marching picketers. You look at your screen and think, would dropping a $20 super chat during this live picket be like buying moral stock in a sinking market? The drone commentator nails it. This is Occupy Orchestra Pit. As night creeps in, digital forensics teams start analyzing that leaked Zoom call. Yeah, the one where Ferraro called them arsonists. One analyst swears voice print matches. It's him. Remember that CNBC interview from 2 years ago? Yeah, it's making the rounds again. But now, a rival tech expert is claiming the Ferraro audio clip's a total fake, pointing at pitch shifts and glitchy artifacts screaming deep fake. Meanwhile, a YouTuber called Legal Eagle Eye drops a forensic breakdown, zooming in on audio waveforms, circling weird compression spikes. The top comment? Plot twist. The deepfake's more honest than the press release. Almost 5,000 likes and counting. Inside bankruptcy court, the docket is lighting up like Times Square. Alerts ping every 30 minutes. Motion to retain consultants, motion to approve critical vendor payments, motion to seal talent contracts. But it's the tiny footnote that keeps repeating, debtor reserves all rights against principal performer. Translation, we still might sue Rachel when the dust settles. But her lawyer, he's not backing down. He fires back with a bold move of his own, warning them of a possible defamation countersuit. Now the battle's not even about theater seats, it's about character. Picture being that poor bankruptcy judge trying to referee this madness at midnight. Would you grab the popcorn or the aspirin? Then things get nastier. A leaked insurance denial letter hits the net. Keyline? Claims arising from intentional conduct or reputational damage are excluded from coverage. In plain speak, that safety net producers thought they had? It's full of holes big enough to drown the whole budget. Someone scrawled "game over" across the top in blue Sharpie, snapped a pic, and blasted it to every gossip blogger they could find. And yep, that denied GIF from before, it's back, looping across the internet like a tumbleweed of doom. But when the clock passed 1 a.m., plot twist. A Grassroots fan group, yeah, the same folks who pushed the original boycott, launched a GoFundMe to help the stagehands. The tagline? Keep the lights on. Within 10 minutes, they pulled in $5,000. In 1 hour, $15,000. Sociologists are gonna study this kind of donation velocity someday. The same online swarm that starved ticket sales, now it's fueling the crew's survival. Maybe all that rage just needed a new target. Maybe guilt hits different at 3 a.m. Maybe people sleep better knowing they backed the folks behind the curtain instead of dragging another lead actor through the digital mud. Either way, the bankruptcy trustees now stuck, figuring out if fan donations mess with official payroll rules. Priorities matter. Suddenly, legal handbooks feel more like choose-your-own-ending stories. Then, boom, one last twist drops at 2:30 a.m. A lobbyist leaks that city officials might hit the theater with emergency historical landmark status. That means no one can liquidate the place or touch a single set piece without a mountain of municipal red tape. Auction sharks circling for scraps. Put on pause. But here's the kicker. Does this status give Evita Reloaded a second life? Or does it freeze the space forever as a shiny reminder of Broadway's most epic self-own? Take your guess, because it's about as unpredictable as that one floodlight still burning over the empty marquee. Now, the court doc that kicked this whole mess into motion. It's flashing across your screen again. Chapter 11, Voluntary. Debtor in possession, scroll down, and boom, there's Schedule F, refunds marked as unsecured claims. Translation, fans in the nosebleeds are last in line, standing behind the banks in big money suits when it's time to divvy up cash. Check that handwritten note in the margin, rushed, messy ink. If sentiment shifts, reopen plan. The ink's smudged like someone spilled late-night coffee mid-scribble. And yeah, sentiment does shift fast online. Sometimes for the drama queens, sometimes for the folks sweeping glitter off the stage when the curtains close. By sunrise, the narrative has mutated again. This time, it's not about Rachel, refunds, or ruined dreams. It's about control. Whispers echo through finance circles. A shell company registered in Delaware just bought a 4% stake in the show's IP for less than the cost of a Super Bowl ad. No one knows who's behind it yet, but Reddit's already theorizing. It's either a tech billionaire playing puppet master or a rival producer looking to retool Evita as a reality competition series. Around 8 a.m., someone leaks internal Slack messages showing a panicked marketing intern pitching a TikTok series titled Rachel Reacts Behind the Breakdown. It gets flagged, deleted, but not before screenshots hit the timeline. One user snarks, "This saga's not a show, it's an ARG." Another replies, "At this point, just let ChatGPT rewrite the script live." Meanwhile, physical drama brews downtown. Someone, no one saying who, chains a piano to the stage door with a giant sign, "Not till they're paid." Tourists gather, live stream it, and donate in real time. That video hits 2 million views in under an hour. Then comes the real kicker. TMZ drops drone footage of Rachel Zegler leaving a private meeting at a Midtown law office wearing sunglasses, holding what looks like annotated sheet music. Caption, "New role? New deal?" The internet implodes. Rachel rewrites trends instantly. And right there, as Twitter melts and the courthouse prepares for another press-packed morning, one thing becomes clear. This isn't just Broadway's biggest bankruptcy. It's a full-blown media battlefield where every leak, every lawyer, every live stream could be the next plot twist. So, which way is this wild pendulum gonna swing? Is this bankruptcy the final curtain call? Or just the setup for a surprise encore that no one saw coming? One thing's for sure, Broadway's never been messier, louder, or more unpredictable. At this point, the headlines have blurred into plot lines, and real life's got more drama than the script ever did. Lawsuits are circling, protest chants echo through the orchestra pit, and Rachel's next move could flip everything again. Will the crew get paid? Will the show rise from the ashes? Will someone turn this circus into a streaming mega hit? Drop your take in the comments. Do you think this is the end of the line or just intermission before Act 2 drops even harder? And remember, all allegations mentioned in this saga remain unconfirmed. Nothing here is fact until proven in court. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Don't get it twisted. If you've been locked in from episode 1, hit that like button. Smash subscribe if you're ready for more jaw-dropping twists. And don't forget to share this with someone who still thinks Broadway is all glitz and glam. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.